But again, she was pregnant, and they lacked her humanity. They didn't recognize her humanity, so they killed her. So we're asking for black people, black men's humanity to be respected, but we're also asking for black women's humanity to be respected, and for black children's humanity to be respected, and for black girls' humanity to be respected. Here at White Bear Lake High School, there's black children who are being called the N-word and being texted, and they're scared to go to school. And we believe that type of treatment contributes to the education gap here in Minnesota. So we have some youth voices that we're going to hear from. We're going to bring out Rwan, and she's going to talk to us real quick. Come up and say a couple words.
Hi everyone, my name is Rowan. I am with Family Supporting Families here against police violence here in Minnesota. And as Trey had brought up about education, it's important that we focus on education. Because the big flaw that we have is our educational system here in the U.S., where we are brought up in a very Eurocentric, white supremacist, and desanitized form of education. You know, for example, we're told that Christopher Columbus is the savior who, helped all these Native Americans, and we're brought up, in a form of education that is very false and wrong. And that's why it's important, when people say we need to focus on the youth, but we really need to focus on our younger youth. For example, in preschoolers, elementary schoolers, because they are going to be our future leaders. And by the age of 7, as Bell Hooks says, that your biases are made. And your idea of love, your idea of yourself, everything comes from your parents. And if your parents have these very deranged ways of life, these deranged ways of viewing themselves or each other, they're going to portray those feelings onto their children. And these children, yet again, by the age of 7, their biases have been made. So just think of that. They're going to go into their elementary school, into middle school, high school with these biases. And the only way to deal with biases is if you face them head on and you deconstruct them. Because a lot of people, they try to say like, oh no, I'm not racist, I don't have any prejudice, I don't discriminate against anyone, but that's false. Everyone, all of us have biases, whether we want to believe it or not. And the only way to confront these biases is if you first deal with yourself. We always talk about we need justice, we need change, this and that. But the only justice that we need right now is justice within ourselves. It's to understand ourselves, to understand why we act a certain way we do, why we treat people a certain way, why we treat other people a certain way, and just how we go about life, how we communicate with others. It's important that we first deal with ourselves, we first face on all of our challenges, and when you see someone walking across the street, or if you see something wrong happens, anything like that, and you act out in a way that really surprises you, that's your biases coming out. It's important to deconstruct these biases, to face them head on, because knowing that these biases will control your life, And right now, like you see the police, they are deranged, sick, twisted people who go into already an injustice institution, an unjust system, with these biases, thinking that they can do whatever they want. And another thing, also teachers and educators as well. These educators are supposed to be ones that liberate, because education is liberating. It frees yourself, I recommend looking into Paulo Freire, reading Pedagogy of the Oppressed, Pedagogy of Freedom, and learning about critical pedagogy and why we need to implement that into our educational system, especially early childhood, and all forms of education, whether it may be art, music, math, science, English, history. We need to implement these, and it's important that we go to our administration and urge them to have critical diversity studies, to have indigenous land studies, to have African American studies, to have studies beyond just the study of a white man, a white cis man. So, and again, it's important that we deal with these biases ourselves and to educate ourselves, because education is liberating. And justice for Micaiah Bryant. Say her name. Micaiah Bryant. Say her name. Say her name. Say her name. Thank you. It's important to remember that while yes, Chauvin was convicted, justice has still not been served. There are still many lives that have been stolen by police violence, by police brutality, and even here in Minnesota, there's over 470 families. So I urge all of you guys to go like Family Supporting Families Against Police Violence on Facebook, and support these families whenever you see any of them speaking up. Show your condolences, show your gratitude, your appreciation. Try every hashtag, try every name. There's an empire, there's a family who, although we as a collective are mourning, they are mourning towards tenfold as we really love them. Thank you.
Give her another round of applause, please. Black lives. Black lives. Black lives. So, Micaiah Bryant was in the foster care system, and a lot of black children are in the foster care system. There's also a fight with CPS to get black children out of the foster care system. So we're going to hear from a parent more about the foster care system and what Micaiah Bryant was facing.
This right here is a list of children who have died in foster care. I'm going to read off each one of their names, and I want y'all to say their names with me. Micaiah Bryant. Micaiah Bryant. Raven Thompson. Raven Thompson. Taryn Summers. Taryn Summers. Scorpio Sharp. Scorpio Sharp. Byron Clark. Byron Clark. Dennis Jurgens. Dennis Jurgens. Charisma Marquez. Charisma Marquez. Henry Anderson. Henry Anderson. Cornelius Frederick. Cornelius Frederick. Natalie Finn. Natalie Finn. Layla Jackson. Layla Jackson. Kendra Johnson. Kendra Johnson. Ariana Hunsinger. Ariana Hunsinger. I know those are a lot of names that we haven't heard before. And that's the problem, is nobody's talking about this. They're taking our children away. They are destroying our families. And our children are dying. A black child is 42% more likely to die in foster care after they have been removed to so-called safety and protective custody, just as Micaiah Bryant was. Micaiah Bryant's mother wanted her home, and now she'll never come home. Micaiah Bryant's little sister, Janiyah, begged to be removed from that foster home. And now her sister is gone. Taking our children away and sending them off to where they die is genocide. It is nothing more, it is nothing less, that is genocide. We need to reform this system. These children should have been at home with their mothers. This is what happens when you take children away from the person that was God-given to protect them. They're dying, and nobody's talking about it. Our kids' lives matter. Say it with me. Our kids matter. 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 Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here.
If Micaiah don't get it, shut it down. 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 If Sandra 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 don't get it, shut it down. If Dante 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 don't get it, shut it down. Okay, we got Isis. She's gonna come and bless us real quick with a couple words. Give her a big round of applause. Give her a big round of applause.
First of all, it's really sad that we're black woman is the most unprotected and disrespected in this country. Someone asked me, did you ever let your guard down after hearing the guilty verdict? And I said, no, because minutes before the verdict was read, Ma'Khia Bryant was murdered. And as soon as I read the headline in a messed up way, I'm so desensitized to it that I just felt numb, and I wasn't even surprised. And it should not be like that. It's become way too normalized. And for black women especially, it's extremely traumatizing to see this happen over and over and over again. This was a child, and the amount of comments and DMs I've gotten about she was trying to stab somebody, you should not be a cop if you cannot break up a fight between teenage girls. This cop came to a knife fight with a gun. Also, this is kind of personal to me because when I first saw her picture, it looked a lot like my younger sister, who is the same age as Ma'Khia was. And me and my sister were both foster kids when we were younger. And I can admit a couple times we pulled knives on each other. So imagine if the police were called and the same scenario happened. Clearly, it's very scary. It's scary to see people who look like people you know getting murdered and slaughtered in the streets who don't deserve to die at all. Also, I had some other points I wanted to make. The other thing I wanted to say is Kyle Rittenhouse, the boy who murdered people in Kenosha, Wisconsin during the Jacob Blake uprising, he murdered people. So I don't want to hear nothing about this girl had a knife. She was defending herself. Kyle Rittenhouse was not defending himself. He wasn't defending anything. He just was straight up killing people. And the people who are making negative comments about this, they know that about Kyle Rittenhouse. They just don't care. Justice for Ma'Khia Bryant. Thank you.
Not only did Kyle Rittenhouse just murder people, he walked past the police after he did it, and they didn't pepper spray him, they didn't tear gas him, they didn't tase him, they didn't shoot him. He went all the way home, and he chilled. Dylan Roof went into a church and prayed with 9 black parishioners, and then turned around and killed him. Another white person went to a synagogue, killed everybody, and the police arrested him alive. Timothy McVeigh bombed the Federal Reserve building, killed about 200 people. That's a federal building that was an attack on America. He was arrested. He was armed when he was arrested, but he was arrested and taken alive. These white supremacists can attack our homeland, can attack the Capitol, can attack the Federal Reserve building, can attack schools, synagogues, mosques, and be taken alive. Those little black girls with knives are gunned down. Somebody say that's that bullshit. That's how America shows how it feels about black people and black lives. So we still have a lot of work to do. Like we're saying with the verdict of Derek Chauvin, we're really excited about that. But what happened to Ma'Khia Bryant, what happened to Adam Toledo, what happened to Dante Wright is letting us know that we have a lot of work to do. We got more youth that we're going to hear from. We're going to keep hear from the youth. We want to hear from youth voices because our youth are kind of under attack right now. So we want to hear from them, and it's important that you guys speak up and speak out for yourself because nobody can speak better for you than you. All right?
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! I didn't even take the time to learn who this pig's name was that murdered Micaiah Bryant. He doesn't deserve my respect. But let me just say, before he murdered someone, before he got the badge, before he was supposed to protect and serve, he was a student in someone's classroom. See, cops have the gun, they murder, but teachers do damage. We don't learn about black people thriving. We don't learn about black people thriving. We learn about black people getting murdered. Again, and again, and again. And like she said, at the age of 7, we learned these biases. I never had a black teacher in my classroom, so the thought of being an educator never crossed my mind. But the reality is, the white student to my left doesn't think black person can be in that authoritarian power. Because that's what we're taught. See, racism is taught with those anti-racism. We're full time to say, oh, we're all about diversity, we're all about equality, we're all about anti-racism. Show it. Show it. It's not that hard. See, there was a Minnesota statewide walkout on Monday, right? And we have to make our space for ourselves to be heard. Black students have to make a space to be heard, but that should be happening in the classroom. If one person doesn't feel safe in a space, you change it. That sounds pretty simple to me, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But that tends not to happen. I have something written. This was inspired by Activist Bryant right there. History has always been written in black and white. Yet the story is different if the writer is black or white. They tend to justify the lynching that just happened to me. When our pulses stop and it's too late to get me back, they somehow justify the shots down my back just because I'm black. Before my body gets cold, they change our names and the narrative is controlled. Before the public can grieve from one soul in life, another name is taken too soon to the afterlife. See, I was told from a young age that if I get pulled over to keep my hands at 10 and 2, and hopefully the trigger-happy cops don't shoot. Even when you end up doing everything right, you end up losing the fight. The phrase, an innocent man was killed, tends to be one written to justify murder. Because whether a person is innocent or not, should not be a death sentence. I got to say this again. Apparently a trained officer of 26 years can mistake a black for a taser. I don't know about y'all, but I know the difference between yellow and black. Do y'all know the difference between yellow and black?
Yes.
I'll say this again. They also were taught in a classroom about racism. These white students are taught in a classroom about racism. We have to create our own space because students don't want to hear the truth. When we learn about black history, it should just be history. Oh, Black History Month, that's the only time I hear about black people thriving. The only time I hear about HBCUs is when I'm asking about it. The chance, say his name, say her name, whenever I say it, I don't know what name is about to be said from the public. In my head, I think it's Floyd. Like I said, the person I left thinks it's Dolly. The person I right thinks it's George Floyd. When I say her name, I think it's Breonna Taylor. And now I got to think Breonna. Micaiah Bryant. We had to make you uncomfortable. Otherwise, you would have never moved. Our racist thoughts are so deeply ingrained within us, but as we have strengthened power, there's power. Where there's power, there's people. Where there's power, there's people. Where there's power, there's people. All power to the people.
Black lives. Black lives. Black lives. Black lives. Black girls. Black girls. Black girls. Black girls. Black girls. Black youth. Black youth. Black youth. Black youth.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Darrell Perry. I'm running for mayor of Minneapolis this coming election, but as vital as the issue is that we're dealing with right now, we can't wait until the make change. And I see that y'all understand that, and that's why y'all are out here. So I just want to say publicly that we're asking the mayor of Minneapolis and the city council, we're asking the mayor of Minneapolis and the city council members to support immediate implement the following changes in Minneapolis Police Department until we're able to totally reform the department. Number one is mandate every officer and patrol car in our city of Minneapolis be equipped with cameras that remain active through the entirety of the shift unless on break or using the restroom. Number 2, mandate all body and dash camera footage be released immediately after any request from a Minneapolis taxpayer to do so. Number 3, mandate deadly force be used only against deadly force, with immediate termination of any officer that chooses not to follow the policy. Number 4, mandate the baton no longer be used by any officers. Number 5, mandate MPD officers not touch nor handcuff any individual unless they are under arrest, immediately being read their rights as a result of an officer confirming that the law has been broken. Number 6, remove the entire use of force section of MPD policy and mandate that the only force, including pepper spray or mace or the taser, that can be used is during an arrest when an individual is actively resisting and only enough force to properly handcuff and transport. Not striking, not punching, not kicking, or choking anybody. Number 7, mandate that traffic stops be initiated only for incidents that include a moving violation that compromises public safety. Number 8 is the last one, is mandate drivers remain inside of their vehicles for the entirety of a traffic stop unless they are being arrested. I was one of those many people that looked at people that wanted to totally be done with the police. I was looking at those people like they're crazy. Like, we can't possibly do that. There will be too much at stake. But then the Lord showed me that we had scientists, the best scientists in the world, come from around the world to figure out this thing with COVID-19, okay? In less than a year. Get people vaccinated and everything in less than a year for something that was invisible. Certainly we can figure out how to correct the problem of public safety without compromising black lives every single day. So I can pledge right here, right now, that within the first 2 years of a Perry administration in Minneapolis, we will no longer have need for MPD. Thanks for all of y'all coming out here. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your participation. Again, we're just getting this thing going. So we got to keep going. We got to make sure that the message does not fade out. Okay? So even as hard as everybody's been working, we got to work that much harder. We got to stay out that much longer. We got to get that much louder so that it's understood that this is something that can no longer be tolerated. Much love, y'all. God bless. Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
What's your name?
Jarrell Perry.
Jerome Perry.
Jarrell Perry. This is Janelle Perry.
If Micaiah don't get it, shut it down. 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 If Desiree don't get it, shut it down. If Desiree don't get it, shut it down. If Desiree don't get it, shut it down. If Brianna 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 don't get it, shut it down. We got Brandon Tollett, the organizer. He's gonna speak to y'all real quick. Say Black Lives, they matter here. 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 Say Black youth, they matter here. Black youth, they matter here. Say Black youth, they matter here. Black youth, they matter here. Black girls, they matter here. Black girls, they matter here. Say Black girls, they matter here. Black girls, they matter here. So first off, I wanna, y'all give yourselves a hand for coming out today. I didn't really know I was going to speak, but back at it again, and it's almost like I'm running out of things to talk about because we have to keep coming out here time and time again.
Um, it's really heartbreaking that we have to keep doing this. So everyone who was able to come out today, we appreciate you. We appreciate that you're here. And one thing to notice is the people who aren't here, the people that you haven't seen here recently. I know there are a lot of activists in the community that are drained. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about, if this is your first protest in a while, thank you for coming. But I'm sure there are people that should be here with you. I'm sure there are people that, you know, they went to, if you're here from high school, they walked out on Monday, but then when there's an action for a black high school age girl, they're not here. You know what I'm saying? So we need to consistently apply pressure, because if we don't, then nothing's going to change. And even if we do, it's hard to stay hopeful that change is coming, but it doesn't matter. We need to continue fighting. We need to continue fighting. It's hard to come up with more and more ways that I can put into words everything that we're doing out here, everything that we continually fight for. Because one, if you're not out here, you don't get it. Two, if you're at home saying you don't understand why people are out here, there's no way I'll ever explain to you why we're out here. If you don't get it yet, if you do not get it yet, there's no way I can put it into words that'll go into your brain, into some shit that you will be able to understand. Because it's clear that you don't care, you're too comfortable with your white fragility, white comfortability. And all skin folk and kin folk, let's say that too. You know, after Dante Wright was murdered, I had a kid that I went to high school with, young black man, graduated a year after me, hit me up and say, are you protesting because he's black or because he was killed? And I don't even know what I responded back to him, because it doesn't fucking matter, first of all, one. And two, why did you feel the need to come say that to me? The thing that he was more worried about is, oh, why are they protesting again? Not, damn, they just killed another person. If every time the police kill somebody, we come out into the streets, if we pull up in front of their houses, if we pull up and let our presence be known, maybe then they'll stop killing black, brown, and indigenous bodies. Maybe then they will stop killing black, brown, and indigenous bodies. And that's why we need to continue being out here. And I explained this last night. I am tired. I'm exhausted. I'm mentally and physically tired. But we can never be tired of fighting, because this system is going to keep doing what the system has always done. And so if everyone in this audience continues to fight, even when you are mentally incapable, even when you're physically incapable, you need to live through your fight, because we are all living through this struggle. So we need to embody it, and we need to continue showing up whenever we can, because they're going to keep killing people. They are going to keep killing people. And anytime we get a second, a glimpse of hope, a glimpse of victory, a glimpse of celebration, we're always hit with the news again. Kind of like ISIS was saying, we can't even celebrate Chauvin getting found guilty on all 3 charges because, well, they just killed another black person. Last Sunday the 11th, we were celebrating the life of Justin Tigan, who was murdered by the St. Paul police in 2009. We had a celebration because it was around the time of his birthday. It started at 2 p.m., but at 1:47 p.m., Dante Wright was dead in the street. We can't even get the slightest bit of time to take a breath without having to say, oh shit, here we go again. And if you're able to vacate these spaces, if you're able to have this leave your mind, you have to realize that that is a privilege. Because not being able to escape this is exactly how it feels having black skin. Walking around as a black human being on this planet, I have a weight on top of me that tells me I have to move different. I can't do this, I can't do that. I have to make sure I'm doing this. A, B, and C got to be checked off the list, because my life apparently is disposable. can murder Micaiah Bryant, they're not gonna pause for a second if it's a person that looks like me. If they can call Tamir Rice, who's playing in a park with a gun, someone calls the police saying it looks like a 20-year-old black man with a gun, what the fuck are they gonna say about me? Because I'm 24, I got a nice beard over here, you know what I'm saying? So they gonna think that I'm a grown-ass man that's out to cause trouble, because apparently that's what the fuck I look like. They act like I'm a criminal just because I have black skin. Someone say that's that bullshit? Say that's that bullshit. And people keep wondering why we keep coming out. And it's because they keep killing people. If they stop killing people, maybe we'll have to stop having actions every day for day after day, days in a row. This is my 15th day in a row at an action, because these motherfuckers don't know how to act right. So I'm gonna stay boots on the ground. I appreciate all of y'all for coming out here and staying boots on the ground, because I'm gonna try to go as long as I can, but if I get tired, someone's gonna have to take my place in these streets. And I see plenty of people out here that can do it. I see plenty of people out here who do it. But we just need more of y'all. Because, like she said, where there's people, there's power. Where there's power, there's people. So say it ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. And to echo what ISIS was talking about is you need to, kind of what I was talking about, you need to take whatever privilege you have and fight against that system of the privilege that you have. So as a male, I need to fight against the patriarchy. I need to fight against misogyny. As someone who's straight, I need to fight against homophobia. As a black male, I need to fight for the lives of black women. Because you know black women are going to fight for me. So we don't need any men in this movement who aren't going to fight for the betterment of all black people. And with that being said, we need more men, more black men to show up and fight for the people that will fight for you. That will fight for the people that will fight for you, because you're right, the system's out to get you. It's black men out in the street, but what you have to realize, that is black bodies being lined up. There's black bodies being lined up. It doesn't matter if they're a woman, doesn't matter if they're trans, it doesn't matter how old they are. It's little 15, 16-year-old girls in the street because of their black skin. And if your fight doesn't have them in mind, you need to really question why the fuck you're even fighting.
Talk about it.
So with that being said, I would love to extend this floor to somebody, a young black youth that wants to come up and say a word or two, whatever they want to do. If they'd like to, if not, I'll keep it pushing. Everyone give it up for Marciana.
I don't know why Brandon just did that. I don't know what to say, but I guess I'll do my piece that I did at the Hennepin County. Yeah. I guess.
Louder. Let's go, Marky!
this because I went to a night protest downtown, and I heard a black woman named Tashira Garraway say how she won't let society paint her as the angry black woman, but she wants everyone to know that she is pissed the fuck off. So I just went home and I wrote to it because I kind of felt that. Because often too many times I try too hard to like abide with society and like not try to appear as angry as people paint me to be or not try to be aggressive. So I kind of just put all my feelings into this poem or the spoken word. So I'll just start. I'm pissed off because we fucking up where we lay our heads, but it's silent in the suburbs. I said I'm pissed the fuck off because kids are in cages and you're on vacation in the same place you deport them to. It's you suddenly having a problem with immigration, but it was only right when Columbus did it. Killing 15 million indigenous like this isn't even your nation. How the fuck you discover something that you colonized? I'm pissed off because 4 white men are on a monument for everyone to see. But my ancestors built this country for free and Native Americans don't get the recognition they seek. I said I'm pissed the fuck off. I'm pissed at capitalism because the poor in their last dollar scrapping to get by and the rich only get richer for shit they lie and deny. I said I'm pissed the fuck off because the government drops off guns and drugs in black neighborhoods and gets on the media inside the black crime like he didn't do that shit. I'm pissed at gentrification. Paint over my home to make it pretty for the white man. Man, I'm pissed the fuck off. I'm pissed at Lisa Bender. We said defund the police, you overfund them $10,000. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck school is in the hood, huh? How we good when y'all put junk and fried foods next to us and tell us we're obese? I'm pissed because they take us for imbeciles. We said abolish the police, and you propose a different name for killer cops. Pissed doesn't describe how the fuck I feel because we need unity, don't popping out for photo ops. Man, I'm pissed the fuck off because the Subway sandwich apparently looked like a Glock. Cause Showman get a trial like we all ain't watch. Man, I'm pissed the fuck off because some dusty ass walls got justice before a black woman. Because a 6-year-old in a courtroom for picking a flower. Because white America thinks I can't breathe is a fancy slogan. Because the correlation of being black and a woman in America is being paid 38% less than white men and 21% less than white women. Man, I'm pissed the fuck off. Because black men that don't love black women exist. Because if you a black woman and you on the front lines, you still get called a bitch. Man, I'm pissed the fuck off. Thank you. And I hated how I saw like everybody saying, oh, we need to wait until we get the body cam footage because she had a knife. She had a knife. Kyle Rittenhouse, he walked past police with a fucking gun. Devin Bruce committed a mass genocide. Police praised him. I don't care if that girl was shooting at people. You could have de-escalated the situation. Could you not have? Say her name.
Thousands of missing black girls in America, missing black women and missing black girls who have been kidnapped or who have ran away or who have been, just things have happened to them that are not good. And a lot of people don't talk about it. You don't hear about it on the news. You don't see them on the back of milk cartons like that. So we gotta be looking out for our missing black women and our missing indigenous women also. So let's make sure we do that and keep an eye out for that for our missing black women. We're gonna keep hearing from youth voices. We got a young man who's planning on running for governor soon, but he's a youth. Give him a big round of applause. He's been on the front lines.
Black lives. Black lives. Black lives. All right, man. Listen, our youth are under attack. Police are attacking them, and public officials, they're not doing anything about it. They're not willing to do anything about it. They're only willing to get on TV and talk about it. They're not willing to stand up and come out here with the people and understand us. They're not willing to listen to us. If they was willing to listen to us, the governor will come outside right now and come talk to us. He'll come listen to us. I'm pretty sure he's not even looking in the window. He's probably not even home. He's probably not even nowhere near here. He doesn't care about this. He probably gonna hear about this tonight and say, they're outside my house again. We need to stand up. So in 2022, I'm here to say that I'm gonna be voting. I'm gonna be here running for the people. I'm for the people. I'm gonna be out here every day. I'm gonna be out here. You're gonna see me out here every day, every protest. Every time the people out here, I'm gonna be out here. We need to stand up and fight back. We need to take control of the police. We need to get control of the police. There's bills that need to be passed. And all of us as a community, we need to stand up together and fight together in solidarity. So, I'm gonna say this one more time. Black lives? Matter. Black lives? Matter. Black lives? Matter. Say her name. Bryant. Say her name. Bryant. Say her name. Bryant. That's what I'm talking about.
Apparently, we gotta do a song of some sort. So I'ma just right here will be the cutoff. I'll be right in the middle. We're just gonna sing back and forth, side to side. This is just based off of the Sada chant. So if you know the words, if we have nothing to lose but our chains. So it just goes back and forth. So this will be the lead side, and then y'all will follow, and then we all sing together. So all the words are we, and then y'all say we. We have nothing to lose. And then all together we'll say but our chains. And then, yeah. And I'll teach y'all the melody. So hold on, my voice is a little, if I start squeaking, hey man, it is what it is at this point. So over here we gonna say we have nothing to lose, but our chains. Say we have nothing to lose, but our chains. Say we have nothing to lose, but our chains. Black lives, black lives, black lives, black lives. Say her name. 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 So we're gonna get ready to get in the streets for a little bit. We're gonna march for a little bit, just a quick march, and then we're gonna return back real quick. Black lives matter. Black lives matter.
streets?
Fuck the police.
For justice, no peace.
Black lives matter here. Black lives matter here. Black lives matter here. Black lives matter here. Black girls matter here. Black girls matter here. Black girls matter here. Black girls matter here. Black boys matter here. Black boys matter here. Black boys matter here. Black boys matter here. Trans lives matter here. Trans lives matter.
When black girls are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. When black girls are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do?
the switch off. COVID is not real.
Black lives matter. 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 Also, the charges against Kim Potter need to be increased. What she did to Dante Wright was murder, definitely, and we know that was murder. So we'll be fighting all week to get those charges increased on Kim Potter for the murder of Dante Wright. No justice!
No peace!
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 If Dante don't get it,
Shut it down!
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 if George Floyd don't get it,
Shut it down!
if George Floyd don't get it,
Shut it down!
if George Floyd don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Micaiah don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Micaiah don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Micaiah don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Adam 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 don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Jamal 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 don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Orlando 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 don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Lawrence Miles don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Lawrence Miles don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Lawrence Miles don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Lawrence Miles don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Eric Garner don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Eric Garner don't get it,
Shut it down!
if Eric Garner don't get it,
Shut it down!
no doubt. I'd like to thank you guys all for coming out tonight and getting it in. There's actions all weekend. I know there's an Adam Toledo action tomorrow. I think people are still going to be out at Brooklyn Center tonight. No doubt. So make sure that you stay in the streets. Make sure that you keep standing up and fighting for justice.
Well, I didn't know y'all was gonna let me talk again. I was just gonna announce an event. So now I'm gonna tell you why we're having this event. In the last 20 years, over 9 million children have been taken from their parents, just like Micaiah Bryant, and they're dying in foster care. They're not coming home. Black children are more likely to be investigated, more likely to be removed, and more likely for their parents' rights to be terminated and be adopted out of foster care. Every name on this list is a child that died in foster care. Besides Micaiah Bryant, did not one of these kids have a gun? Let me tell you about these kids. Lola Jackson was 17 months old. Her foster father murdered her and yelled white power. And by the way, a lot of people don't know, somebody was yelling Blue Lives Matter. One of the cops yelled Blue Lives Matter at the scene where Micaiah Bryant died. They ain't sorry, they know what
Black lives. May 1st, there's events coming up. May Day events coming up. May 3rd, White Bear Lake High School. Our youth are being called the N-word out there. They're being threatened. They're being told not to go to school. Their lives are being threatened. So we got to go up. We got to go back out to White Bear Lake and demand justice for the black girls there who are being harassed and assaulted. So we got to make sure we do that. White Bear Lake Police Department. Desmond Knight was choked out by a White Bear Lake police officer. He's only 13 years old. So we got to go visit the White Bear Lake Police Department. So there's things happening in the West Metro that we have to address also that we don't get to address too often. So we're going to stay in the streets. Make sure you stay in the streets all weekend. Black Lives Matter. Go to the Black Lives Matter Minnesota page. Make sure that you like that. Get involved. Join the group Black Watch. Post your own events, your own happenings and things there. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. So when you walk to your car, stick together, stay safe, and have each other's back. We're going to head out with the Asada chant. Yeah.
A black woman, go ahead.
Good job, Mr. Nair.
That's my girl.
We have a duty to fight for our freedom!
We have a duty